Hello students, my name is Santosh Kumar and I am the course instructor for Machining Sciences and Tool Design. We are discussing module number 1, that is metal cutting theory and dynamometry. So in this video we will discuss about finite element method. So we discussed about different types of modeling used in metal cutting. So we discussed about analytical methods. So FEM is a numerical method which is applied to solve the cutting problems. So FEM analysis employs a fine number of finite points covering the domain of a function to be evaluated. So that is in FEM method. So whatever domain you are interested. For example, if I take this as my domain, so this domain is divided into subdomains using the elements. So you have a different types of elements: 2D element, 1D element, 2D element, 3D elements. So different types of elements are used. And this domain is divided into number of elements, and these elements are connected to each other at point called node. So this connection is called as a node, and this is called as a element. Okay, so thus the entire domain is a collection of elements. So this entire domain I have divided into number of elements. So this domain is a collection of elements connected at their boundaries without gap. So there should not be any discontinuities, because discontinuities will lead to errors. So this entire domain has to be covered with a number of elements. So each element is identified by its nodes. Instead of seeking a solution covering the whole space, an approximate solution is obtained just for the nodes. So for example, if this is a regular shape, then I can apply the regular analytical approach. For example, I am applying a force here. I can use regular formulas to get the results for this. What is the displacement or stress which is applied onto the domain? But the region is irregular, then I cannot use the regular methods. So I should go for approximation solution. So one such approximate solution is obtained by the finite element method. So you are dividing this irregular shaped domain into a regular shaped elements, and you are applying load onto the nodes at this region, and you are solving what is the deflection of this element. Together all the elements summation is added onto, and then you're getting the what is the displacement of this entire domain. So that is how you are solving the problems in case of FEM. So we'll still discuss about the steps of solving the problems in case of FEM in the next slide. So governing equation associated with the geometry, velocity, forces are applied at the nodes. So we have developed the governing equations for the each element. So each element will behave in a particular manner. So we are applying governing equation associated with geometry, velocity, and forces are applied at the nodes, and all the equations are solved numerically. So you can use computers for the solving these problems, because and you should be having a very good computation facilities to solve the complex problems and much bigger problems. An approximate solution is obtained by a interpolation between the nodes. So these are the steps for solving the problems in case of FEM. So first we are dividing the geometry into number of elements. As I explained in the previous slide, so we are dividing the domain into number of elements, and each one are connected through the nodes. And then we have described the behavior of each bar element, stiffness matrix, and load vector in a local and global coordinate system. That is, you need to define what is the K stiffness value. Um so this is a stiffness matrix. So you need to define what is the stiffness uh, matrix that is for particular element. So this also depends upon material. Okay, and it depends upon what is the element which you are choosing for solving the problem. So you are sort of getting the matrix. Okay, this is called as a stiffness matrix, and then you have a load vector. So you have a stiffness matrix, and then you have a load vector. So that is, let us take this as a vector. Okay, and then you have a displacement. So we are expressing it in this form, and then we are solving what is the unknown x. So this is unknown, that is displacement. So because of the force which we have applied onto the particular geometry, which is divided into number of elements. So what is the displacements we are finding out? So describe the behavior of the entire stress by putting together the behavior of each bar element. So you are writing this equation, that is stiffness matrix, force matrix for each element, for each individual element. So for example, one element number one has one such stiffness matrix and force vector. Element number two has another set of stiffness matrix and force vector. All these are added on to get the global vector. So these are called local matrix, local vector. So these are added up to get the global vector. So apply the appropriate boundary conditions and solve. So that is whatever boundary conditions you need to apply to this. For example, if I have a cantilever beam like this, okay, I am applying a load at this. At this point, it is constrained and the displacement is 0. So this is one of the boundary conditions. Okay, so these kind of boundary conditions you need to apply for the problem. So and you need to solve the problem. Solving results set of reduced equations for the unknown displacement. So what you get is a unknown displacement, and from the displacement you can find out what is the stress, and then what is the, because you know what is the load applied, and then from that you can find out what is the strain. So like this you can find out the derivatives of this. So these are the steps which we followed in FEM. So these methods can also be applied for metal cutting problems. At the first application of FEM was to stress analysis. So as you saw in the previous slide, the steps which was described was much related to the structural problems, but this was not applied to the metal cutting earlier. So the method was first applied to the metal cutting chip formation problems in 1970s. So in applying the FEM to numerical modeling, the following approaches have usually been taken, where the mesh is attached to the material. So that is called as a Lagrangian formulation. So in this mesh is attached to the material. So there is one more approach called Eulerian formulation. So in which a mesh is attached in a space. So the LF, that is Lagrangian formula, is usually applied to solution of solid mechanics problems, whereas EF is usually applied to the problems where a control volume is involved. Example, you have a fluid mechanics problems, rolling, extrusion. So that is where you have a fluid flow. Okay, so both these formulations have been applied to the metal cutting chip formations. So both these approaches can be applied for the metal cutting formation. So when considering the initiation of chip formation from initial indentation of the tool, the shape of the chip is not known and LF is employed. So in case if the shape of the chip is not known, so we apply for LF, that is Lagrangian formulation. So in cases where the steady state shape of the chip is known or assumed, so EF is applied. So we know the shape of the chip, so then Eulerian formulation is applied. So the more recent FEM is combination of these, that more recent metal cutting FEM method is one is called as a arbitrary Lagrangian Eulerian method. That is, this is well suited to problems involving very large strains, so that have a characteristic of both solid and fluid flow. So as we discussed, the Lagrangian formulation is more suitable for solid mechanics problems, and Eulerian formulation is more suitable for fluid problems. So advantages of these two is combined in arbitrary Lagrangian Eulerian method. So where you can solve both solid and fluid flow problems. So in this approach, the nodal points of the finite element mesh are neither attached to the work materials, so as in case of Lagrangian, nor nor in the fixed space, nor fixed in a space. So the mesh points may have an arbitrary motion best suited to the problem. So this is the methods which is FEM methods which is applied onto the metal cutting problems. So in applying to metal cutting chip formation, two important problems are involved. So if you are applying FEM to the metal cutting, you will face up with two problems. So one is the fact that new surface is being formed. So the new surface is being formed. This is one of the problem which we face in case of FEM, and the fact that extremely large strains and change of shapes are involved. So as we discussed different methods in case in previous slides, there is one more method called ICM, that is iterative convergence method. So in these, what we do is we assume the steady state chip shape, that is chip shape. Uh, then we do iterations until the assumed and calculated flow fields correspond. So that is this is the step iteration approach. So this is in which there are every steps the solution goes on converging. So that is why it is called as a iterative convergence method. The problem which we discussed, that is fact that new surface is being generated. This for problem can be, that is separation problem, may be avoided by adopting a continuous flow approach, in which as the tool advances the mesh is distorted and it must be regenerated. So that is every time the tool moves on to the mesh is regenerated because it is distorted and it will be regenerated. So a continuous flow approach requires frequent remeshing, resulting in a high computational cost. So as there is a frequent remeshing which is happening, so it requires a high computational facilities. Any approach to the separation problem must be use of a gross crack running outward from a tool tip, since such a crack is not observed experimentally. And that is about continuous flow approach. So in case of all FEM applications, the one misses criteria is employed. So you have a different metal cutting theories, sorry, a different failure theories. So we are in FEM applications, the one misses yield criteria is employed, and this represents the analytical weakness when the strains involved are very large, as in the metal chip formation. So this is about FEM method. And FEM method applied to metal cutting theory, and what are the problems you face when you apply the metal FEM to metal cutting theory, and what is the failure criteria which we are using, that is one misses yield criteria. So we'll end this video here.